All right. Let's see if this is going to work correctly. I'm a little new to the world of streaming with OBS, so please bear with me as I check this out and make sure everything's working. And hopefully you guys can tell me if everything is working correctly. Let me go through here real quick and take a quick peek at my channel and make sure everything's working. All right, and of course I'll want to share this out on social media. Okay. Obviously, I need a newer laptop that can handle all this load because this thing is just chugging. Obviously, I need a newer laptop. Okay, good. I can hear myself. That's a good sign. All right, so now all I have to do is share this link out. Copy it. And again, thanks for your patience here while I get this all set up. And let me post this real quick. There. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut and paste this so I can put it elsewhere too. All right, let me close that out. And we'll give it a second here. My computer would be so much happier if Facebook wasn't trying to do a gazillion things on me. Come on. Okay, let's get that going there. Hey, Fusion Mix everything, how you doing? Just give me another second here. I am just posting the links here to the live stream on my personal Facebook and Geeetech, and then my Where Nerdy is Cool page. So what I'll do is, okay. Voila. Okay, I think I've done everything I need to do there. Okay. So how is the audio? How is the video? How is everything looking? I'd be curious. Let me swap views here real quick. And I think I got the cameras and lighting in a pretty good spot here. And before my phone goes crazy beeping, let me turn the, there we go. Send off one more reply. All right. Are they working great? Cool. The primary camera is my Canon T7i, and surprisingly, that works really well. You have to do a window capture for it in OBS, but I thought that would be an HDMI output, but no, it uses a USB cord. It uses the cord that came with the camera, so who knew it would work out that well? I got plenty of lighting that I use for my YouTube videos. I also have the camera that is on the laptop, and I also have a webcam over here in the corner. The cord for the USB to the Canon T7i right here is fully stretched out. It's like straight out. So if one of the cats runs over and nails it, I'll be quickly diving over there to try to save my $1,000 camera. And just to give you an idea here real quick, the other camera here is the webcam. So with any luck, if the primary camera doesn't do a good enough job showing what we're doing, I can switch back and forth. And then, of course, my laptop view is way up over here. All right, so I'm going to pause a couple seconds here just to see who else jumps in. This is my first $199 printer. It's my first Geeetech printer. Disclaimer, I did pay for it. They did give me a slight discount, and I mean slight. We're talking maybe 20 bucks, as I recall. So if people are wondering, wow, did he get a free printer? No, I didn't get a free printer. I was surprised at the size of the box. Frankly, I was expecting a little bit bigger box, but we're definitely looking at a printer that's going to have about the same print volume as the Ultimaker. It's actually slightly bigger. I think this is 225 by 225 and something a little bit taller, and I think the Ultimaker is 220, so just a little bit. Keeping an eye on the chat here, I've got a substantial time delay between what I'm seeing on the screen versus what's live. That's cool too. I was impressed. This came from AliExpress, and this came from the United States shipping. So I got it, I want to say they sent it out on Monday, and here it is on Wednesday. So I'm sorry, it shipped technically on Friday, late Friday, and it got to me here in the northeast of the United States here. Actually got here a day early. It was supposed to arrive tomorrow, but here it is. You are correct. It is an Ender 3 clone. I would like to get hold of an Ender 3 and try one of those out, but quite frankly, if you follow my channel, and if you're not a subscriber, you should become one. Go ahead and mash that button and become a subscriber so you don't miss any of my stuff. But anyway, that said, this looked interesting because Geeetech contacted me a while back saying, are you interested in being an affiliate or stuff like that, because they saw the channel and saw I did reviews. I'm not a fan of affiliates. If people want to offer me a printer with a discount or a free printer for my evaluation or review, I'm not into making money off the review. I would much rather that go to the customer, so that if you like the review on whatever printer I have done, then the savings go to you. I know there's a lot of bigger channels out there that have affiliate links, and they make money from that. I'm not comfortable with that. Alistair, greetings from Georgia. Hello. Hello from Maine. All right, so it looks like we got 4 or 5 people watching. I wasn't expecting a big audience, but that's okay. The more the merrier. Maybe they'll join in later. And of course, I can also download this here video later, and what I can do is I can cobble this into a video I'll do at another time. So without further ado, I'm going to take my very dull knife, and let's crack this box open, and we'll break open the seal, and we'll get that nice, lovely smell of China. And the good news is it looks, I don't see any damage on the box, so it looks like it arrived in fairly good shape. And then the fun part is going to be finding room here on the desk to undo this. All right, and let me switch over to another camera. Hello from Pennsylvania. All right, so let me go to this view here. And by all means, in the chat, let me know, because I'm trying to remember to change the views here. So if I'm not doing it quick enough, or if you're not seeing the detail you want to see, just say, hey, Paul, change cameras. So we have a little quick start guide that just tells me the upper gantry, bottom gantry, power supply, power cord, and the usual tools. And then the assembly looks like it's fairly straightforward. If you have a CR10 or a TiVo Tornado or something like that, this is all going to seem pretty familiar. Okay, so inside we have the first parts. Pretty well packed. The first thing I'm noticing right off the bat, I'm seeing, and I'll show you as well too, I'm seeing a larger bed leveling adjusting knobs. So I'm liking that already, because to those of us that have the CR10s and other printers, We know how fun that is. Looks as though it's what I expected from the controller. They had mentioned in their documentation something about a wireless one in Wi-Fi, but that's not looking very wireless nor Wi-Fi to me at the moment. All right. Let's free you. All right. And there it is. There's a ribbon cable. We got this plastic coating over the bed. Oh, we'll leave that alone. I do like what I'm seeing already here. It looks like they already have a bed strain relief right there. And this guy's little. All right, and that looks like a Tamiya plug, maybe, if I remember my terminology correctly. All right. What else do we have in the box? Okay, we have a power cord, to be expected. Oh, well, this is kind of unusual. We have a mouse pad. Need that like a hole in the head. All right, and then well, Fusion, you mentioned a good point. I want to say that I thought I had read, and maybe I'm thinking the wrong printer. Maybe I'm thinking the TiVo. I thought you had the option with the Ender 3 as far as how complete your kit is. All right, we have all kinds of goodies in here, the usual accessories. So why don't we go ahead and put that over here. And the cat is enjoying the mouse pad. You enjoy it. You take that, Molly. Okay, we have the power supply, and we're noticing that it's already set at 230, so let's fix that and set that to 115. All right. Okay, Molly, kind of in the way. All right, now let's get these other pieces out. And all right. Here you go, Molly. You got a box. Christmas comes early, kitty. I know. It smells like China. All right. So there we have it. Let me pause real quick to check the chat buffer in case I may have missed anything. And let me go back here. All right, so it's a single Z-axis, single Z-screw. And I'm just checking for any obvious dings or damage or what have you. It's interesting how this, I like how this is all ventilated. So we have a single part cooling fan that's going to blow on the front of the nozzle. It's interesting how it does have on the side here a mount for an auto level, probably a BL Touch. And there's the QR code for Geeetech and everything else. But so yeah, largely this looks very much like a mini CR10 so far. Let me scroll through, see if I'm missing anything in the chat. Oops, what do I got? Cat behind me. All right, so let's go back to this camera. Molly, you're kind of right in the way. All right, razor blade, no longer needed. We will use their directions, even though I'm tempted just to go ahead and slam these pieces together and start doing stuff, but I will not. All right, so I'm intrigued by all this stuff. I mean, it's pretty well wire tied, which reminds me I should grab mine. They clip all that. All right, so I'm going to be good and read the directions. And if you're wondering, the the directions are quite abbreviated. Okay, so the first step here is they're telling me what everything is. All right, we need to get some of these screws out. Really? This is all the filament they give you when you buy their printer? Wow. I thought those small rolls from the CR10 were cheap. Alright, and we've got another USB cable. We have lots and lots and lots of wire ties. We got the filament mount. Wow. So, backup screw kit. All right, so we have a lot of additional hardware. That's cool. I'll give them kudos for that. That's cool. All right, so well, that's an interesting filament runout device. All right, these are the nuts that go to this, and more tools. You know, you buy enough of these printers, and you won't end up with so many Allen wrenches. All right, so they are instructing us to do the first step here, which is going to be to attach the top to the bottom. You can't hear that. The cat is inside the box already, digging through the styrofoam. So what's kind of neat here is this is going to sit by the extruder, and there's like a little ball here, and just make sure I look at the camera right here. So it looks like the filament's going to pass through this thing, and it's just going to kind of freely kind of float around here, and no matter where you wind up putting your filament, it will do the runout sensor. So what intrigues me about this, and let me just skip over to my first camera here so I can talk to you guys. What intrigues me about a kit like this is that this is $199. Now remember, year and a half ago, if you were going to buy a printer, or if you said you were going to buy a printer that was $199, chances are it wouldn't have a heated bed. It probably wouldn't print to this size. It probably print 4 inches by 4 inches. I think Hobby King or someone like that made one that was about that size, and it's useless. So I'm intrigued and impressed that for $199, you know, we've got printers that can print Ultimaker size and still have the heated bed, and it looks like, you know, a fairly decent hot end. Of course, this is a direct copy of the Ender 3, which is kind of a shrunk down version of CR10, but it's interesting to see where we're at over the last year. So how well this will work remains to be seen. So that said, let me get back to the external view. You really need to sleep. You cannot spell right. Uh-oh. Well, that's no good, buddy. All right, I got little wires sticking out everywhere here. Let me grab a chair. All right, so the first thing I am noticing is that it's not sitting level. Am I sitting on top of a cable? Nope. Is it my desk? I don't know. All I can tell you is that just by having the printer on the desk, it's dancing around. It does have rubber feet on all 4 corners. I thought maybe I was missing one. I don't know. The bed's on there good though. I'll give them credit for that. Okay, enough talky. Let's get these in here. Let's see what they recommend. All right, so what we're gonna do is always the awkward part of the build here. Okay. One, two. so they're all sticking up. Good. All right, that gives me a head start. Let me just check the chat buffer real quick. All right, let's review their documentation. Use 4 and 5 45-minute screws. Okay. So now the fun part. Doing it. And probably before I get too carried away on this, let's find that right side wrench. I should probably use my Torx, but no, this will be all right. Oops, I got stuff falling out here. All right, let's. Yeah, I expected that. So, I'm never sure the best way to do this. Tip it on the side or what? But let's do this much. Let's watch Paul struggle. All right, and try not to break the monitor while I'm at it. Okay. Let's get the next one started. Not going super tight. Just want to make sure everything kind of starts to go together. All right, rinse and repeat for the other side. Maybe. All right, you're just a little off over here. There you are. Now you're starting to bite. I wish there was an easier way to do this step. I know some people put it on the ledge of the desk and then crawl under the desk and do it. All right. All right. All of those are in. All right, now let's torque them down. All right, let's do the other side. Oh, look, the cover. Well, one thing I am seeing is that whatever they use to glue to hold this in, or whatever they use to snap this guy in, has failed. Not that it matters a whole bunch, but you know, it'd be nice to be pretty. Huh, interesting. Well, I wonder what was in there holding it to begin with. All right, well, I'm not going to sweat it. First broken piece. All right, and all right, let's look at their directions here. Step number 2. Take down the left blue strip to expose the 2 holes on the right frame, attached power supply kit. All right, so looks like I gotta. Okay, so I have to move this axis up so I can access the holes that are here. All right. That's interesting. Is that X straight? That belt looks okay. I don't like how that tensioner is, but I'll stop nitpicking and just put the damn thing together. All right. So I am looking for the two holes I talk about here. So I am assuming that's the one there. So what would be nice in their instructions, obviously there's probably only one way this can go, but it'd be nice if they're going to show where this mounts, you know, the alignment of the power supply, but I'm being nitpicky. Let's see. M4 by 20 millimeter. Well, I'm assuming that's these guys. All right, so I am guessing you are supposed to tag that. Wrong side. Hot glue gun, huh? Well, it's just, you know, I understand it's a inexpensive kit. I'm trying not to say the word cheap. But, geez, you know, it'd be nice if the trim pieces that are supposed to make it look sexy stay on. That'd be kind of cool. I know, I expect a lot. All right, and then the second one here, let's see how well you line up. There you are. You got to put a little pressure on the power supply to get these guys to meet up and catch. All right, you're in. You're in. Okay, and they say you can fix the blue strips, but I'm not going to bother fixing blue strips. And all right, so it's starting to take shape. Oh, this looks like it probably goes up here. We'll get to that step. No skipping steps. All right, so now we got this thing here. And they're saying to use, is there a ladder step as far as adding the electronics? Yep. They want you to do it from the bottom. I'll be good, I will not skip steps. I just found stuff that made me wonder. Okay, and so this thing is attaching to the end of the beams. Okay, I see what they're trying to do. I gotcha. I see what you're doing here. I was pretty excited when I placed the order. I was talking to the gentleman. He's like, "Oh, we'll get you the Wi-Fi version with the touchscreen." If that's a touchscreen, that's news to me because there's a big old knob sitting there. All right. Let's put you at the end of the counter here. Sorry for the bad angle at the moment while I crank this guy in here. All right, so there it is. So just like this is attached just to these two little screws here, this is attached just to the two little screws here. No washer, no nothing. Later in the instructions is going to be how this routes up under and attaches. So I'm just going to snake that over there for now. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. All right, let's see. Next step is this foolish thing. Take down a plastic screw on one end of the spool. Okay. One problem I'm seeing is the struggle with English. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these dispensers, but let's try it. Oh, come on. I struggle with this and the other one too. Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about moving that now that you put that idea in my head. All right, so half of this is on. All right, and they're saying I'm following all their steps here, and I'm seeing something I don't see. One thing I see in the drawing is they have this already attached, but I'm not seeing where it's already attached. Yeah, one little boo-boo here. Yeah, in the picture they're showing this already installed, so it's interesting. Okay. What size? So this is the oh, you little bugger. Oh, did I get this to turn? See, what they got is, but I can't tell from my lighting what size screw that is. Okay, it's this size. All right, so what we got to do, this is going to be the brace. Let me move that up a little closer. This is the brace for the Z screw. So we want to get a couple turns. Here we go. But it's real tough because you have quite a bit of a channel here to get this guy in there. Again, not a hard job, but it just would have been better with some improved documentation, which is my biggest pet peeve. All right, let's see if I can get you to take. Oh, I think I felt that go. Okay, how's it run? All right, so they missed a step. I don't know what this stuff is supposed to be. They say plastic screws, but I think what they're getting at is that these real tiny little guys T-nuts and these very, very small screws. I'm going to go up top. And that's not ideally where I would want to put the filament feed, but okay, so they're showing from the back. And they're putting it right beside that block. So I guess I will too. And then I need to find right side screws. My preference, especially with the CR10 and the TiVo, I prefer the filament to be off to the side, not on the printer. I don't want to induce any vibration. That's just my preference. I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way, but that's my point of view. Okay, and what have I got here? Got stuff that's falling out of a bag here. That's an extra nozzle. I got no idea what those are. All right, but all right. So we have done plastic screw. We got the filament holder mounted on, and we got a picture that shows our completion. Yay! All right. So next steps are going to be we're going to plug this into the extruder. Voila, done. And then we have to get the electronic part done. And it says to note the blue side is the bottom. So well, holy crap, how do you get that thing in there? Talk about an odd angle. I had it in once, it popped out. Had it in once, it popped out. Yeah. Dear Geeetech, installing this ribbon and cable sucks. Because you literally, you've got this giant shield in the way. You're trying to get this thing into the bottom here. All right. Okay, I'm trying to show the camera, but now I can't see. Oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm trying not to twist up this cable too much here, but this sucks. Every time I think I have it in, it pops out. Boy, I might have to watch a video to see how this goes in, because I'm trying to go straight in from the bottom. Oh. Wow. I'm having zero luck plugging that thing in. Ah. Oh, you know what? I think you, yeah, this would be good if they mentioned that. I think you press this in and then close the door on. Yeah, that's what it is. Huh. That would have been really nice to know. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera here. And so what happens here, and apologize for the lack of focus here, once you get that pressed in there, that little black line right here, that's a door. It's a latch. So you can press it in there all you want, thinking it's going to seat. It won't do anything until you push that door down. So, oh, here's the ceiling. Hello. All right. Yeah, and of course there was no mention of that. It just says connect cable, blue side at the bottom. It would have been nice if they had said, oh, by the way, you have to press the door to latch. Again, I know I'm being picky and sarcastic, but this is me. All right, and let's cut the... All right, tires away. All right, so power supply, we're gonna get these guys, make sure we get red on red. You're in. All right, and let's untangle this mess here. All right, we got wires everywhere now. All right, connect the wires to the Y-axis stepper motor and end stop. Okay, so we have, are you labeled? Yes, you are. Very cool. Okay, Y motor. Okay, you're here, you're here. Okay, YES, that must be Y and stop. So, now the fun part is we have to make this cable, here we go, reach over and touch it. There we go. It's kind of too bad. There's some pieces here that are laser cut, either plastic, whatever, and they didn't take the cardboard off. That's kind of disappointing. All right, this is, they are labeled, but boy. Excellent, okay. So, turn your right side up. Oh, you're getting tangled up. Come on. All right, you are my Z end stop. Yes, and oh, what a sucky spot for that. You're right at the very bottom. Did I mention I'm not happy this thing's tippy already? All right, so see, the thing is that that bottom electronic block is like right smack in the line. I really don't have a good way to get under here. Oh, you went in briefly. Go, go, go. You are so close. Okay, it feels like it's seated. I'm gonna cheat here. Press on that a little bit. All right. All right. We'll get to that in a second. All right. So let's get you snaked away so you're not getting hit by the board. All right. Let's go back to following instructions. So we've done the Y. We need to do the Z-axis next. Okay, Z-stepper is next. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to be mindful of where all my wires are here. All right, this is my X motor. And X end stop. This is going to be another adventure, and do I wish I had small fingers, Paul. All right, so we are going to all right. Hey, Fusion, no problem. Thanks for watching as long as you did. If you're not a subscriber, please become one. And hopefully, you'll see the playback and pick up where you left off. Well, oh, you seated. Oh, you colorful metaphor. Very good. All right. It's interesting how these all kind of dangle around each other. All right. I think that concludes all of that stuff. All right, now you know what? Sorry. Yeah, yours was set. I was thinking to myself that has a lot of tension there, but there we go. Boy, that would not have gone very far, huh? All right, so then we have, this is our extruder. This looks like it goes to our new little doohickey right here. I'm trying very hard to follow their steps. Here we go. All right, so this little fellow is going to kind of sit here all by himself. Hey, take care, Fusion. All right, and okay, so there's filament detection. It's going to pass filament through the top of that, and I'm not a fan of filament detection one bit, but we'll give it a try. All right, and then we have this mess of wires, which is going to go, where's my latch? Latch is right there. Come on. All right. I'm not crazy about how that motor sits, but all right, anyway. All right, let's let's marvel in its glory for a moment. Okay, one thing I do want to check. Where's my ruler? I want to see. All right, so only because I'm curious, I just want to see. You look okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so. I just want to see. $6.924. $6.9.17. Is that right? I know. You guys think I'm being awful picky, or maybe, oops, here, I'm gonna zero you out. All right, let's, all right. All right, well, there's nothing I can do to change that anyway. It's only a 1Z screw. So I just wanted to see if this x-axis had anything wonky going on. Doesn't look like it, but I just wanted to try. So they're saying the next step is to go ahead, fire it up, and see what happens. So first thing I am going to do is I'm going to get this, whatever this is, off. All right, and I have filament, and I need to plug you in. Yeah, enjoy filament. I have tons of filament. All right, so let's see how close to a power jack. This guy, right down there, perfect. Okay, quick double check that set up properly. All right, good times. All right, well, clean up my mess a little bit here. Let's see what happens. Okay. Nothing blew up yet. All right, so they have the included okay, we'll home the bed and then we'll level. Let's see, grab a quick piece of paper here. All right, I'm gonna turn this so it's facing me anyway. All right, so let's, boy, it takes a lot of turns to make that thing move. Okay, temperature. Wow, it takes like a full turn to get this to do anything. And alright, I don't know what's up with this knob, but it kind of sucks. Spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and so far I'm only at 80 degrees. I just want to get the hot end hot so that when I push filament in, I can see that the filament's actually coming out. Oh, for the love of God. Alright, so I told it to go to 210 degrees. All right, let's go back to the, just to spoil this thing, we're gonna crack open a brand new roll of filament just for it. This is Geeetech PLA. I wish these bags were resealable, but and as you guys know, I'm building a BB-8, so I'm quite the aficionado for orange filament. All right, I'll put you up here. It's Pewee. All right, it's at 207. Let's feed it through this sensor thing. And they have a little tube already here. You know, I constantly run into this with these feeders, is that, here we go, it almost never wants to feed into the other end here. It gets around to the, here we go. There it goes. All right. All right. With any luck? Yep, it oozed a little bit out. Good. Happy, happy, joy, joy. It takes so many turns on this knob to get anywhere. Control, temperature, nozzle. Let's bring you way back. God, that's annoying. All right. Yeah, definitely not happy with the way that thing works. Maybe that's an improvement that can be made. We shall see. Alright, so I kind of know what I got to do, but let's see what their instructions say to do. Place filament in spool. Insert filament until it reaches the hot end printing head. Yeah, okay, we've done that. That's SD card. You make sure that some of these have viruses on them, so put them on your PC, make sure you virus scan them. Not saying they do, but just for safety's sake. Alright, let's home the printer. Again, we spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. Come on. Alright, this is where you find out how good those limit switches are. Auto home. No. Good grief. This is so the home position is way off the plate. I mean, way off the plate. So you have to move the extruder to the. If I can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all, Paul. All right, anyway. All right, so now we gotta go to prepare, and no. Guess I gotta go to control. No. Come on, prepare. Trying to disable the steppers, but it seems to. This. It takes 4 turns of this knob to get anywhere in the menus. What is wrong with this controller? There it is. Okay. Alright, so I have to apparently move this thing around to find the end here. And it's not a whole lot of fun playing with that. Alright. There's way the hell in here. See, I would have expected this thing to know where its 4 corners are. Okay, you're just grabbing the paper there. We're good. Okay. Oh, come on. Ah, it's a terrible spot to reach. Am I compressing you or loosening it? Yeah. So what's happening is you try to get these leveling knobs, and the problem is you're sitting on top of the electronics. And you can't see what you're doing. Okay, you're just touching. All right, let's see how good that was. How's the middle look? You're up in the air. Great. Well, let's try that one more time. Okay. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm waiting until it's gripping the paper. To the point where it's like leaving an edge. Alright, let's see how the center turns out this time. Still a little high. I don't know. We'll try it. Yep. Alright, so let's print from SD. Let's see what kind of crap show this turns out to be. Alright. May fortune favor the foolish. Alright, so we're waiting for the bed to heat up. My printer is... Oh, maybe it was my table. It's actually stable now. Good. Dun, dun, dun. All right, if you are just tuning in, hello. My name is Paul. We're Nerdy at School. And we have just put together the devil is in the Geeetech A10. There's a couple things I have for issues with quality control and the instructions. One of the back pieces, it's just a trim piece, came off. That's what this is right here. It's a $199 printer, so I haven't set the bar very high. But then again, this is competing against the Ender 3, which is the same price point and is a very popular printer. So far, everything looks okay. The other thing that's been driving me crazy as of late is the controller. What happens is that when you go to turn the knob, you literally have to make 3 rotations to go anywhere. So that's not a whole lot of fun right now. I suspect my bed level is a little bit on the, well, the corners are good, but the middle isn't. So we shall see. This printer will definitely be worthy of a easy ABL upgrade. Okay, the bed temperature is now 50 degrees Celsius. That's where it's going to print at. I haven't put anything on the glass. We're just going with whatever they gave us. All right, there we go. All right, it's going to be printing at 210 degrees Celsius. It is heating up fairly quickly. Sample filament, leftover trimmings, and I get a zillion wire ties. Add that to the stack of stuff. Gotta get rid of this twist tie because the cat will get it. Alright. Alright, well, it made no effort to prime the nozzle, so it's not really laying anything out at the moment. But here we go. Alright, a few quick turns on the bed here. Hopefully that helps. Alright, let me pop this off the tripod real quick. So as usual, these giant print heads, so it's kind of hard to tell how well it's doing. I can't tell if that's too close or too far at the moment. And I'm going to cut to the camera real quick. And what I'll do is I'll all right, let's cut back to that camera. I hope the resolution's all right. Problem is I can't tell which way to spin those knobs to bring the bed higher or closer or whatever. Can't remember here. So that first layer is not going to win any awards. It's not terrible, but it's not as nice as some of the others. Well, I'll give it this. It's quiet. And we're going to let this go. Let's see. Okay. I am hearing like a. I am printing. Hi, Joe. Long time no see. Hi, Fernando. I apologize. I've been ignoring the camera for a few minutes. I just been letting the time, not really time lapse, but this is the first print. This is the print that came on the SD card. This is a Geeetech A10. This is a one of the sub $200 printers. It's $199.99. And this is essentially a competitor slash clone to the Ender 3. What's printing is what was included on the SD card. Apparently it's a dog. I don't know. We'll find out. And as far as print volume, it's comparable to what the Ultimaker 2 does as far as size. And what I can do is, let me pop out to my other camera here. Hi, I'm behind the filament. Let me see if I can... move the camera a little bit. Sorry, we got to be motion sick here briefly, but... so there it is. Printing away. I don't care for having the filament up there. You know, good old physics, you get momentum and fulcrum and what have you. So I think what I'll do in the future is I'll do like what I've done with my other printers, is have the filament feed off to the side so it's not resting on the printer. What's interesting about this one is this right here, this piece right here, it's kind of, well, it's supposed to be free moving. Let me loosen it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. There we go. So there we go. That's the filament runout sensor. So if the filament, for whatever reason, stops feeding into the extruder, that circuit basically tells the printer that we're not getting filament. Something happened. Could be power failure. It could be just ran out of filament. And it will stop the print. It will move the print head away so you can refill the filament and then resume the print. That's a feature that's been with this newer version of Marlin now for about a year. Let me move to the webcam here. Hopefully the lights aren't too reflective on that print surface. The electronics are integrated on the bottom of this printer, whereas the CR10 and other printers have been control boxes off to the side. And that's kind of a mixed blessing, because what this printer has, and you can see, actually, let me point it out to you here in the main camera, you get the power supply here attached to the main printer. So the nice thing is that if you want to put this printer somewhere, it's not going to take up a big footprint because everything is built into the printer. As a result, with everything being built in the printer, getting at things like the knobs at the bottom of the bed here, you've got stuff in the way. So it's a mixed blessing. All right, so let's go back over here. How much cable do I have here? I'm a little new to the world of broadcast software, so I'm doing what I can here. So the one problem I had was I had a difficult time getting this bed level. All four corners were level, but the center was a little bit up in the air. So I tried to adjust this while I was printing. I think I compensated for it. This printer right here on the side, this is an addition for a BL Touch. It looks like it could also fit an Easy ABL, which is a proximity probe. What would happen is the probe would go around multiple points of the bed, and it would figure out what the Z distance is. And then using the trigonometry, it would figure out on all those points where the Z height is, and it would build a mesh. And from there, it would be able to, do all the bed leveling automatically and accommodate for various sections of the bed that weren't, super level. So that's what we're doing. And first of all, if you are new to my stream, new to my channel, and if you aren't already a subscriber, please do become one. I would love to have you guys catch all my videos. And yeah, this is my first sub $199 printer. They sent it to me. They gave me a small discount, $20 off, I think it was. And they said, yeah, go ahead and try it, do a review, let us know what you think. And I got a few squawks, as I say what I mentioned. The other issue is this knob right here to turn and go through the settings. Usually you turn the knob once and it moves it moves you through your menus. This thing literally takes 5 turns to get to one menu item. So the best analogy I can give you is imagine your mouse and you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, trying to move across the screen, and it takes you like 5 tries across your desk to get there. So This would be a good candidate to hook up a Raspberry Pi. I think that'd work pretty well. I am curious. I don't know how long this print's going to go. It's already been going 15 minutes. What I like is that this piece on the very front here is the air deflector, and rather than the part cooling fan blowing air only from one side or the other, it's blowing it from the front and it goes all over. So that might be pretty good at overhangs. We'll do some testing to make sure. Yeah, I got a good deal of testing I want to do to this thing. I need to do a PID auto tune, so we need to calibrate the hot end. Well, the Ender 3 is the one that's been getting all the rave reviews. The A10, like I said, the price was right, and I thought, well, why not? I can try. Worst case, if I totally hate this printer, I can make Joseph Marin meet me in Bangor for coffee and hand him a printer and say I never want to see it again. For which he may either thank me or hate me. But Joe, just wanted to give that shout out for you, just in case. The other thing is, this is printer number 7 for me. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but you know, so be it. It's making some pretty interesting sound effects as this thing goes back and forth. And I'm trying to track that down. I think my wide belt has some play. And I think the noise I'm hearing is it bouncing around on the pulley. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think my I think that's what that thumping is. And we'll find out for sure. Like I said, if this print is shifting along an axis, we'll definitely see it. And you know what? I think it is. I think that's exactly what it is. That's a pretty easy fix, but we'll let this print go and see what happens. First print was supposed to suck, so we'll let it do its thing. Oops, I missed some messages. The other thing that's kind of interesting is, you know, again, I don't want to knock a $199 printer, but this is the sample filament they give you. So the one thing that's interesting is on their order site, they already, you know, part of the ordering is, you know, do you want filament and what color? And I think they charge you $25. So if this was someone's first time printer and they didn't go for that option, this would be all the filament you got. And that wouldn't last too long. Yeah, this thing has some serious Y layer shifts. I should probably cancel that out and do a quick tightening of the Y axis, because that thumping I'm hearing is the belt and the pulley trying to do their thing here. So let me control. Come on. See, here's what I'm talking about. Let me. So I am turning and turning and turning. Ah, come on, control. Spinning, spinning, spinning. And I'm going to have an auto home, and we'll just pop this off the bed. So what you can see is we definitely got some stuff going on here where it's on the Y. Well, that bottom layer isn't terrible. So what we're going to do is, let me see if I've got the right size hardware here. I do. So this belt is definitely on the loose side. All right, so how far can I pull you out? Probably not very far, can I? Yeah, that's definitely what's causing my noise. So on, guys. There we go. Well, they don't give me a lot of room to adjust this. Oh. Seems like there's always something at these points. All right. Timmy, you want a free printer, huh? Yeah, I don't think this is the one you want. Alright, well, I'm trying to make this guy tighter. I'm not really encountering much success here. I don't like that. See, that's way too slack. And I don't have much of a way to bring this back any further. Black Friday. Hey, Joe, I'm up for catching up anytime. Let me know. It's been a long time. All right, so here's what we're battling here. So most of the printers would have the ability where you could, loosen this and pull this back and make it tighter, but I am not seeing much of a mechanism to do that here. Let me loosen, because it's just T-nuts in the channel here. Alright, let's get some of those screwdrivers. Not the ideal way of doing this, but see, there should be a way to pull this guy out some more. Hey, 3D Solid BR. Yeah, I'm noticing there's a lot of slack on this y-axis, and I'm trying to, without killing the printer here, pull this further out. I'm not sure I really... Yep, you're still snug. All right. trying to get something that will give me a so by pulling it this way, I can at least tighten this guy, and then pivot up a little bit. Will it be better? I don't know. I'll check the other side here in a second. That's 90 degrees turn, yep. Does feel better, a little bit. All right, so let's get the filament boogers off here. All right, let's try to remember which way is which. Okay. And let's do a power cycle because this thing is not going to let me do what I want to do here. Maryland 1.1.8. Very good. All right, so let's, we told the, spin, spin, spin. Disable the steppers. I wish it beeped or told me that it had done so. All right. You get a little piece of filament stuck to get out here. No. Okay. Need to write myself a quick note. So, turning to the right brings the bed down. And the left will bring it to the bed up. All right. Good. That's all that good. All right. Sweet. All right. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try to print from SD again. The A10 dog G code. Off you go. This puts filament all over the electronics. Nice. All right, let's look at the chat screen, see what's going on. Hello, guys. Yeah, Joe, get in touch. Like I said, I'm a Monday through Friday guy, usually free on the weekend, so be fun to catch up with you. If you want to see the illustrious Batcave and all these printers, you're more than welcome. Okay, we're currently heating up for another try. Hoping that y-axis is a little bit better. All right, and let's see how this one goes. I would love it if this thing primed its nozzle, shot out a blob of filament, and then printed, but this is not my G code. I need to find a profile actually for this. And away we go. And I'm not seeing any filament at the moment. There it goes. I don't know what that creaking sound is, but son of a gun. Yeah. That first layer looks awful. Thinking of buying a machine to make work. Yeah, I love my UM2. That printer just works superbly. Oh, yeah, this first layer just sucks. Didn't spend a lot of time leveling. I was more interested in that Y belt getting tighter. Yeah, I would love to have a DLP. The DLP laser, those are pretty sweet. I just, with my mild asthma, I just wonder how they would deal with the fumes. I'm sure if I put it in one of the other bedrooms, it'd be just fine. Alright, that first layer is terrible, but let's see how it goes. What is that noise? What is that noise? I don't know if it's the extruder. What if that's phenomenal? Alright. Alright, so I was just checking my phone real quick to see if I've missed any messages or anything else. So this is still printing away. This is supposed to be the Geeetech A10 dog. I don't know if it's coming through on the audio you guys are hearing, but there is a distinct creaking sound that comes from this extruder. And yeah, that's got to be it. Of course, there's no way to adjust that tension. It's just spring loaded. So you get to live with it. I wonder if it's the filament path. I'm gonna lock this down so it's over here. Because my thought is maybe it's a yeah, it is the extruder. I'm just listening to it now here. All I can think of is got to be the filament path. So I'm going to set the filament path to be over there. Because by not locking down that filament sensor, it was forcing the filament to go in at a pretty sharp angle. So maybe that will take care of some of the stress on it. We shall see. Wow. Wouldn't that be nice if that was it? I got tools everywhere here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, me again. Put the camera on myself. So what I was talking about was with this sensor down here. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but this was swiveling, and it was pointed towards the back. So I bolted it down, so now it's going straight out, and the filament is going directly into it, and it's not making these sharp angles. And I think what might have been happening is the extruder was working harder to pull that filament in as a result of the odd angle. Doesn't seem as loud as before. Maybe that was all it took. The y-axis, I still wish that belt was a little bit tighter. Leveling the sky is kind of a bear because you can't access those. I'm one of those people that I like to do a skirt around my prints. I like to do 4 or 5. This way I can see what's going on as the print is commencing, and if I need to bring the bed higher or lower, I can do so on the fly. But because of the size of the bed is so small and you can't get at those knobs, That kind of sucks. So this would definitely be a good candidate for the TH3D Easy ABL. Probably solid bed spacers too would be a really good idea. This way you don't have to mess with the springs or whatever. Let the probe do all the leveling for you. Oh, and it just came off the bed. Son of a... we're not having a really good time with this printer tonight. I don't. How about stop print? I don't care about printer. Here we go. All right. Well, this may be a sign from the printer gods to give us a break for tonight. I thought maybe we would get a first successful print, but maybe it's just not meant to be tonight. So sometimes you have to know when to quit. I do hate this control box. I don't like the fact that I got to crank a gazillion times to move anywhere. And just in case you guys think I'm crazy and making this up, let me show you. As a matter of fact, let me tip this guy over here. Dun, dun, dun. Let me get the camera over here. So you guys can witness all the same fun I am trying to have. So, for example, I'm just trying to go in here. Okay, there's our menu, and here we go. Oops, it went by everything. Here we go. Come back. Nope, go. Stop. Okay. And let's... no, come on. Still turning. Still turning. Still there. Oh, son of a bitch. Back. Ah. So, I mean, maybe I'm expecting a lot from a $199 printer, but son of a gun, why can't the friggin' dial work? Okay, auto home. Well, this glass plate, that's the thing I'm kind of wondering about. This, and again, see, I'm going through the menus here. Come on. I got a lot of lights on here, so see if I turn off the super bright one here. No, that's not the one reflecting. It's one of the studio lights. But going through these, come on. Disable stepless. Here we go. All right. And this last bed is, as best I can tell, is glued on. So, how do I get this glass bed off of here? Is another good question. So, yeah. So, do I have a ringing endorsement for this printer at this moment? Not really. I'm, for the people that say that the Ender is a better printer, I'm eager to explore that. But damn. Yeah. Geeetech super plate, huh? Well, I'm assuming this has silicone, like a silicone pad or adhesive under this glass. I don't know what it is. All right, so one thing I can do here before I totally give up on this POS is maybe try tightening her up. There we go, level the bed one more time. All right. And again, because of the control box, it sucks to get at the knobs. All right, so one more time with enthusiasm, as they say. All right, that's definitely closer. Let's see where we are in the middle now. Ah, almost too close. Yep, too close. So somewhere around here, I'm waiting. Well, all right. All right. All right, that should be a little bit better, maybe. And that, jeez, you know, you level all four corners the same way, and then the center seems off. All right. Yeah, dig there, Joe. What surprises me is I just did this corner and I've had to do like 5 turns to get it back. I just don't get that. All right, moving to the center. Now the center is, I can't get the piece of paper under there. So I don't understand how 4 times through, it's like, what the hell? Is one of these sides just terrible? Yeah, this is gone. All right, let's see if that's the problem child. I've had printers for a long time, and I don't understand how I'm doing the same corners over and over again and coming up with different results when I do them a second time. Ah. All right, and let's do this front corner one more time. All right, and the center. Center seems a little high to me. Let's, you guys have turned to the left wall. See, isn't that maddening? A second ago, the piece of paper fit under here, and now it doesn't. So now I'm cranking away. Okay, we got that little bit of friction. We go over here. Okay, it's too loose. Let's tighten it up. Good. Let's go back over here, double check it. Got a little bit of friction. A little bit of friction. Okay, a little bit of friction. You can tell by the sound. And go here, and I'm not really touching anything. So I'm going to give each gears a quarter turn. And a little turn there, a little turn there. What that do to the center? Okay, well, let's bring you back. And okay, yeah. Almost there. Right turn. Another right turn. Okay, that I just don't know. All right, I'm gonna let it go one more time. All right. And, all right, somewhere in here you can see me. All right, so what I've done is I had all four corners level. Usual way, you get the nozzle, you get the paper, and just when it's starting to leave like a little bit of an imprint on the paper, that's when I called it good. Did all four corners this way, went to the center, and noticed that it was kind of above. So leaving the print head in the center, I went to each knob and I gave them a small turn each, and noticed that suddenly it was like way in the center. So slowly back them off, and now the center seems happy. So we shall see. Tim at TH3D has spoiled me with his easy ABL on my CR10. That's worked out pretty well. The Ultimaker has 3-point bed leveling, 1 in the back, 2 in the front, and that is just worlds easier than dealing with 4 of these knobs. Okay, so this thing's cranking up on temperature. And let's get the view back over there so you're not stuck looking at me. The first 2 prints were definitely Maybe the third try. Maybe the third one. If you're just tuning in, welcome. My name is Paul from Where Nerdy is Cool. This is my channel. And we have a Geeetech A10. This was sent to me. I purchased this online. They gave me a very small discount. I want to say it was 20 bucks or so, which no big deal. But they gave me a little price break and said, hey, just give us an honest review. So we will. Once we get this thing dialed in and printing reliably, we'll give a full review of it. Right now, we're dealing with, I just unboxed it and got it all set up. And I've certainly had some good things to say about it, and I've had some not so good things to say about it so far. The control box, that control wheel, sucks. Takes about 5 turns to do one thing on the menu. That's a pain in the rear end. I don't like the ribbon cable laying out here in the way. All right, let's see if you're laying out filament. And if you're too high or too low or whatever. Okay, so looks like you need a left turn here. And there's a nice blob of filament in the middle. Ain't that awesome? So yeah, definitely been struggling with the bed leveling on this thing. This glass looks like it's attached to the heated bed, so it must have like a adhesive or a silicone pad or I don't or a silicone adhesive. I can't remember them. The same stuff they use on motherboards. First layer is looking a bit better than our last couple tries, but we shall see. Well, first layer is going on okay. I've done better. I've done worse. All right. All right, maybe a little bit different angle here so you can get a better view. Because from the front view, you got, of course, that black metal box and the fan in the way, so it's kind of hard to see the progress as it's printing. Locking down that filament sensor seems to have cured the extruder noise, which is good. And so far, I don't know anything about this bed surface. I don't know what a Geeetech super plate is. I don't know if that's a knockoff of whatever. I'm intrigued by that mount there on the side of the print head. My mind says that would be fantastic for an easy ABL. I don't know the size of that. I'm pretty sure that's 12 millimeter, but I'll have to double check. All right, the printer box has been relocated so it's not in the way. hoping that better first layer will keep everything down. Alright, we're going to let this go for another couple minutes, and then I'll kill off the live stream. But again, if you're watching, say hello. I'm watching the chat just in case I missed anything. Yes, they are a headache indeed. I completely agree with you. I completely agree. I almost hit it with a spritz of hairspray, you know, just to be sure. But I figured I'll leave well enough alone. And we'll let this one go. We'll see if we get a successful print out of this guy. I don't know how tall or big this print is going to be, but I'll just have to let it go. And I'll keep checking on it here until bedtime. The way this thing zooms and shakes and vibrates, I'm kind of wondering what the ideal, you know, jerk settings and acceleration and stuff like that are. Yeah, you may be right. You know, sticking the print head in the middle there and doing those half turns may have made a difference. It's just the way this thing's vibrating and bouncing around, I just wonder if it's going to pop that print off the bed again. I hope not. I really hope not. Yeah, it's looking interesting. Well, the other printer that I'm actually tonight I got to print another piece for it. The Geeetech Mega i3 is I've had the pieces for that for a while, and I'm going to start that build. I Here's the way it boils down. Let me switch out my cameras here real quick. So the FTI3, I started that yesterday, and the first piece that I slid a bearing into, they made a change to the Z-screw, to the pitch of the Z-screw. So you had to print a new piece. And the piece that I printed, for whatever reason, when I slid the bearings in there, the bearings just kept on slotting around, whereas they're supposed to fit snug. So I printed this piece on two different printers, the CR10S, the LT maker, and they both had the exact same issue, and I did these in PLA. I believe that heat print is in ABS. So this afternoon, I don't have any ABS. I do have some polycarbonate, but I haven't had a good time with it. So I'm not crazy, but I happen to have pink filament from the Cheshire Cat project I've been working on, and they fit perfectly in the pink polyalchemy elixir pink. Thing is, I really don't want to have pink parts on my printer, but I just wanted to see if this filament would do better. And I think it's because it's a thicker material, slightly. So anyway, I need to print a second piece similar to this if I want to resume that build, and as a result, if I use these pieces, I will have a pink printer. So, it's not the most manly thing in the world, but you know what? If it works, it works. But I did ask him if he could send me, I want to have the exact same things the kit comes with. So I've asked him to ship me the newer version of whatever he's shipping, so that would work. But Polyalchemy does a really nice job. I'm noticing all kinds of little bit of, you can see in the reflection here, if I hold it to the light just right, a little bit of artifacting going on. That's really unusual for the Ultimaker too, but it's just the way it's going to happen sometimes. Could just be the noise of the steppers that are inside there, but who knows. I mean, it's a perfectly functional part. So long story short, that printer is a kit version of similar to a CR10, and it's $399, I think. So we'll get that put together and try it. What I don't like about it already is that the print head on, and if you want to look it up, go to Geeetech.com and look up the FTI3 Mega, and the print head on that thing is huge. So my concern is that that printer with that huge print head, you're going to have to really tune the acceleration and jerk settings for such a big print head to move around and do stuff. I have the FT5. I put a Titan Aero on that one, and the prints that I've done with it have come out really, really good. The problem I've had is that kit had a melamine pieces, melamine being like pressure board, and my bed is warped. So I can do smaller prints okay, but when I try to do bigger stuff, where I have to use the entire bed and where we have a warped bed, not a good time. So I need to replace that with the aluminum pieces that he sells now. It's called ACM, aluminum composite material. Basically, aluminum with plastic sandwiched in the middle. They use it in the sign industry. So kind of a long story, but it's relevant to what you're looking for. If you don't already, you mentioned Anycubic, TiVo Flat. You know what? I don't want to sound harsh on TiVo, but I'm not a big fan of them. I have a TiVo Tornado, and I can't say I've had a good time with it. The CR10S, that's kind of been my tank. So, as the expression says, I hope I've made this clear as mud for you. There are a lot of large printers out there that you can choose from. It's just a matter of the price point you're looking for. The other thing I would do is I would lurk their support forums. What's really cool is Tim at TH3D offers a lot of upgrades for a lot of these printers, the Ender 3, the A10, the CR10, the TiVo Tornadoes, the TiVo Flash. So what's nice about these is you can get these inexpensive printers very inexpensively, but if you really want to get some good performance out of them, and if you're not scared of tweaking, what you can do is you can replace the hot end with a E3D style hot end.
The micro Swiss nozzle is another hot end, rather, is another very popular upgrade, and it's all metal hot end. So that works super well too. And then, of course, you can get into the whole upgrading the electronics. You can put a more reliable power supply on there. What else was I thinking? You know, you can get rid of the filament and put it on a different kind of a feeder. And of course, you know, that's just the start. Then you can get Octoprint involved, so you can have Octoprint controlling all this. Yeah, ceramic glass. Yeah, I've heard of those. There's a lot of discussion about those in the Ultimaker forum a while back. Just because it's super flat and it's a lot better than the porcelain glass. Whatever. I've done the mirror tile thing because everyone says that, well, it's mirror tile. If it was warped, you'd look real funny in the reflection. I always look funny in the reflection because I look funny. But I printed on mirror for a while. I didn't have too much trouble with it. The one that I've had really good luck with, these guys. The, what do they call it here in the corner? I had a sticker at one point here. It's called Mamo Robot, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It feels like GR5, 12, whatever. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the PCB material that you would mount electronics to. And maybe that's what this is. I don't know if this is fiberglass or not. But it's a polypropylene bed. And you can get these at Tiny Machines. And I have had awesome luck with this stuff. I have it on almost every printer. The FT5 has it. The CR10 has it. The other CR10 has it. The TiVo has it. The Ultimaker doesn't because they don't make it that size. But this stuff, my only concern is it's pretty easy to scratch up. But what I've done is you just clean it, you just wipe it clean with rubbing alcohol, and you're set to go. And I've done everything from PLA to PETG to polycarbonate, and it's all stuck to it. So Tiny Machines has this stuff. And I'm sure there's some sort of, you know, other knockoffs out there, but I try very much to support the local vendors that are local to me anyway, here in the United States. So between Tiny Machines and TH3D and of course Printed Solid, those have been my favorites. All right, so while I was chatting with you, I've been carefully watching this, waiting to see if this thing was going to pop off or have any artifacts or any issues with the y-axis again. And so far, fingers crossed, it's looking all right. All right, so guys, I am going to wrap this up because it is getting to be just past 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time. I can't remember. We just did the time change thing. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please become one. I don't want you to miss any of my cool content. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. There's also links on my YouTube homepage if you want to support me on Patreon. I have on Patreon. It is also a link there in PayPal. So if you think I've done a good job tonight and you want to send me a couple bucks for a beer or a cup of coffee or a soda, feel free to hit it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. I thank you guys for watching. I'll let you guys know on my Facebook feed. I'm also on Instagram, where nerdy is cool. And I will post a picture of the completed print. God willing, it completes. And I will do that tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll have some more fun soon. Talk to you later, guys.